Evening, guys. Thank you for joining us for the latest episode of the Gym Bros podcast with myself, Josh, and Bryn. How you doing, guys?
Good, thank you.
I'm good.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
I'm good.
It's been a while.
Good. So, I thought we'd have a little bit of a change up of our format today. We're going to have a bit of a shake up of the podcast and stuff. Keep it nice and fresh for all our viewers. And I want to go back to talk about a subject which is something that I like having a bit of a beef about, which is like social media. And I wanted to talk about this thing I've been reading up about, which is called the Rebecca syndrome. So it's become a problem on social media now that it's actually a syndrome. And I've been doing some research into it and looking at it. And basically what they're saying is now that people are developing like stalker complexes. This is the Rebecca syndrome. And what they're saying is that statistics now prove that around 65% of people's ex-partners are still following them on social media, seeing how their lives are progressing, seeing if they're happier without them. And it started to filter down not only into like relationships, I was mentioning to you before, it's filtering into businesses as well.
Yeah.
So businesses are now stalking other businesses to see what they're doing, to see what's going on, and people are getting themselves stressed and worked up over stuff that's happening on social media, but they seem to be forgetting that what's going on social media is only the highlights of that business. That kind of attitude. Yeah. And I was mentioning to you about like a couple of episodes where social media has now become so integrated in our daily life. It is daily life now, social media. People probably spend as much time on their phones watching reels and YouTube videos and stuff as they probably do watching TV and film at home.
If not more sometimes, yeah.
If not more. And I was kind of thinking, what are your kind of opinions on whether we should be implementing more stringent measures on the content and the people that are putting out content on social media? Because like I said to you before, like your children are now growing up learning about things from YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. And these people that are putting content out, who's regulating them to know that what they're putting out is true? Like if we wanted to record a TV show and put it out on ITV, we have to conform to certain standards, but we don't have them standards. There's no standards on social media.
Yeah.
Each platform has its own kind of
there's community standards, community
guidelines.
So one of our Russell branded, I don't know if I told you, I told Paul because I was pissed off, but our Russell branded thing that we did. So Paul posted it on your TikTok, I believe.
On a personal TikTok.
On his personal account. And it went straight on. I posted it on our Gym Bros podcast and they took it off.
Right.
They took it off for
hate speech
or something like that. They said they took it off. I don't think I told you, but and I was like, I was like, fucking, who posted it? So I appealed instantly and said like, it is posted on other sites and they put it back up. But obviously they fuck your algorithm then. Yeah. Like our videos do pretty good, but as soon as that one got taken off and they put it back up, it did like nothing because it's just what they do. But so there are people checking, I think for buzzwords more than anything. Like I think we mentioned about COVID. Anything you mentioned about COVID was on there. So I think that there are some regulations, like there's things that you can't talk about and things that will regulate. But there are things that slip through the net and things that are unmoderated, shall we say.
What do you think?
I think you could go from one way. There's some that's like minuscule, like you say, slip through the net, and then there's some that are like extreme. Like the example you gave me earlier, like people sending new pictures and that to random people. And
so
where's the filters?
So that's a good example actually. So obviously we spoke about what obviously the viewers don't know. So I came up to an example with you. I was saying like, for example, if you walk down the street and you exposed your genitalia to a member of the public,
penis,
and you would get arrested for that. That's public indecency. That's a criminal offence. But you could send a picture of your genitalia to a random person on social media, and nothing happens. You can And I said to you, the emphasis is on you to block that person that you've sent it to take action against you, to block you, to delete that image. Why is there no one looking out? So that person might have received a picture of your junk and really didn't want it. Why have they been subjected to it? Why is no one taking action, affirmative action against it? Why does it have to be reactive action? You then have to react to, I've received this in my...
I think... Where do you draw the line at censorship? Like, are we going to be North Korea? Is it like, I think there's only so much of these companies, like Facebook, he was in the... is it this year? They had him on the stands. I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm not.
Okay.
Just trying to. I'm saying, like, where's the line at censorship where there's no free speech anymore? Like, you can't say anything. Like that Russell Brand. We weren't saying anything bad. We were just trying to speak factually. But some of it was our opinions. And if they were like, no, it's no chance. We'd be like, what the fuck? I don't think you should send dick pics.
Yeah.
But obviously you shouldn't.
I mean,
really
that's an extreme.
No unsolicited
but
ones.
Yeah. If it's not acceptable to do it in real life on the street, why is it acceptable on social media?
Just think how my example was. What did I think I said? Say somebody in a foreign country sent Bryn an unsolicited dick pic, and he wanted to do something about it. What can he do? Like, he can't get Interpol to get him.
No,
arrested.
exactly.
So if it was made a
what I was
crime,
saying.
they'd have to. It'd have to be like an instant fine or something, wouldn't it? It'd have to be like a fine, but then they'd have to prove that it was that person. So say it was England to England, they'd have to prove then that it was that person definitely sent it. It was definitely their account, because obviously you could have a fake account. But obviously, but then it's like, do you want the police wasting their time, sometimes wasting their time, on checking if David sent fucking Jane a dick pic?
So that's kind of what I was saying. So shouldn't the responsibility fall on the provider,
the platform,
to be looking out for things like that? Because it shouldn't be reactive of Bryn to go, oh my God, I've just been sent this. I'm not going to block that. I'm going to delete that. Yeah. He shouldn't have got it.
I think
because it's a criminal offence to do that. You can't do it in real life. So why is it allowed? Social media is now part of. Now I know before it's obviously a bit of a grey area, isn't it? Because it's become so integrated. Like, your children are going to grow up with this in their life. Social media is their life now. How would you feel if your daughter was receiving illicit images on her inbox? How would that make you? How do you feel?
I think you've got to take a grown-up look at it. Like, for example, like Josh has just said, if Sanjid in some beach and some hut somewhere in India is sending fucking some random girl that he doesn't even know, i.e. my daughter, whenever she's that age, little dick pics.
Sleeping mouse,
yeah. It's like, she's not probably going to come to me and go, oh, Dad, I've got another dick pic today. Do you know what I mean? She's probably like just going to...
Maybe,
do you know what I mean?
I think we said, like, on Facebook, they know if something's like illicit or whatever, so they'll say, do you want to see the video? Maybe they can have like a scanning system that every photo that's sent
should be
just gets like analysed in a way.
But it's like you say, though, how far do you go with censorship? Because
it doesn't.
Although no. But what I mean is, although I don't agree with it, you know, Sanjid sending random dick pics, I don't agree with it. But at the same time, I would look at it in a sense of, this has been stopped. Well, hang on, have they looked at this? So, for example, let's flip it and say, well, a partner's sending a partner a nude. All right, whatever platform they decide to do it on, whatever, you know, people have done it. If someone then screens that and says, hang on, you can't do that, you're then looking at that and going, well, hang on.
Not saying screen it and saying they
some
can't.
random guy
screen it and just
in the middle of
giving the user the option.
Yeah.
As in, like, a little warning comes up saying, this message
blurs it out.
This may be
contain
illicit. This may be illicit.
Yeah.
And if you say on your daughter's
can we just stop my daughter? First I'm getting dick pics, now my daughter's getting dick pics. It's like, no, come on, man.
Say you've got a phone and you can put like a parental lock on it.
Yeah.
So if you have a parental lock, it overrides everything. So it wouldn't allow her to open that image, let's say. without, let's say, your authorization or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying you're being super controlling or anything like that.
That's what I'm kind of saying. Who
trying to protect
who
kids,
should be
innit?
controlling it? That's what I'm saying. Where does it? Because like I watched a documentary. So do you know Emily Atack? The blonde girl that used to be in Betweeners.
Yeah.
So she, throughout her whole career, she's been plagued by illicit images and online bullying and inappropriate messages on her social media, and it is traumatized her. Now, if you want to see the effects that this kind of behavior has on a female, watch that documentary. It will open your eyes massively. And she's even gone with the film crew and she's tried to confront these people because she's like, why are you doing this to me? Why have you just because I'm a celebrity and I'm on TV and I'm in the public eye, why do you think it's appropriate for you to send me messages that you want to do X, Y, and Z to me? And these people can't give an answer. But it's absolutely traumatized and it's affected her life. It's affected her relationships. It's had a very, very detrimental effect on her. And she's just one. Do
you ever feel like... I'm going to sound like a prick now. I know I am, but...
Let me say it then.
Okay, I'm going to say it. If you
I've got something to add to it.
Do you ever feel like, though, she's allowed it to bother her? Like, if someone... If I became famous and I was getting messages, illicit images and illicit messages all the time, I either wouldn't look at them because, like, if you've got a public profile and somebody that doesn't follow you, someone that you don't follow, we've got message requests, Facebook message requests, Instagram message requests, whatever. I just won't fucking look at them. Like, if you're an attractive person, like she's obviously an attractive woman, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying, why would you allow it to, like...
Basically, stop being naive to what the world actually really is.
As long as they're not coming to your house
Yeah.
and fucking Spider-Man-ing you.
Yeah.
The
world's full of idiots.
There's world's full of... Like, if you've gone, like, for instance, like, is it Omegle? I see it on TikTok all the time, that Omegle. I'm confident, because I've been on it when I've been a young lad. If you go on that and you skip enough, you'll get Sanji with his dick out. And it's like, it happened. Some people just don't care. It's like, for some people, the internet is a mask, and they can be their inner person, their inner knobhead.
Yeah.
And that, like, I'm not agreeing with it. I'm not saying you should plague somebody and tell them you want to fucking do what.
So play devil's advocate. So because she's made a choice to go and be famous and put herself in the public eye, why does it make it acceptable? Because if she's still a pretty girl, if she worked in Tesco's on the bakery and every third guy that came in and started jizzing over the bread, that's not acceptable, is it? She's still the same person.
Yeah, but then you've already flipped it. You've already made it public to, like you just said, being a dickhead online.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on if someone decides to come in and jizz on you while you're serving bread. But the point is, I think you are naive if you are in the public eye. And let's be honest, In Between is like one of the best series of the last 20 years on British comedy. So if you're going to be that big, why are you running your own social media? Because technically your social media should be to push you anyway. Yeah. So if she wants fucking Facebook, well, she should have Facebook with 100 friends on. This isn't me telling her to live a life, and I don't agree with what she's been through. But the point is that she's not herself failed. The people around her have fucking failed her, quite frankly, because I know this story, and I remember her coming on and she was talking a lot, and there was a lot of crying and all that stuff, and it's like, somebody around you should have said, well, I'll just run your shit. And like, you go and fucking see your family's fucking stories or whatever on your own little Facebook that nobody's got you on. You know, there's loads of public people now that have got their own little mini Facebook.
Yeah, so, do you know, you might know, a girl when I used to do cheerleading, she was my coach. She's pretty famous. I've been on TV a few times. But she's a muscular woman. And fucking there's always some unnamed profile that just goes, too much muscle. Yeah, So sometimes she responds, sometimes she doesn't. But you look at any, like, Facebook post, any bodybuilder, any person in the public light, you click on the comments and there's going to be some negative. Yeah. There's going to be some negativity. But if that person was to go through every single one and allow it to bother them, fucking hell, you'd be in your own head, wouldn't you?
I get that. But I always think about, like, that kind of behaviour. If that person one, they're choosing to hide behind a fake profile most of the time. And if that person was walking down, someone abuses you on your Instagram, Norbed999, oh, you're a ginger cunt, puts it on your Instagram, you're going to go, don't give a shit. That person isn't going to see you in the street and say it to your face, is he? He isn't.
No,
There's no way.
Like you say, why would you let it affect
But
you?
why is it? What I'm saying is, why is it acceptable for them to do it online?
It's not.
And it's not. What's
No, I don't think it's acceptable. What I think is at the
But they
moment,
think it's. What I'm
not-
saying is, they think it is acceptable.
I don't even think
It's
it's that.
throwaway comments.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
like
even think-
they're
Yeah.
not-
They think it's right. I think it's just
Yeah.
this. People think there's some people out there that just don't give a fuck, and they're just trolls. They're called trolls, aren't they? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I
just don't
think it
care.
is? And I'll be honest there. I think they genuinely don't think it's that deep. The people that do it, here's my dick, done. But seriously though, here's my dick. Like you just said, ginger cunt. They don't think then that you're going to come and hunt them down. Because if you've seen them in real life and went, call me a ginger cunt.
Yeah.
If that was the other way around, you'd be like, are you fucking for real?
Aaron Lambo does. Have you seen the last few
yeah,
videos he
yeah.
does? He'll go and
Yeah.
he went to like a coffee shop. So some online warrior, on keyboard warrior, was calling him out, saying, "Oh,
In the coffee shop?
little dwarf, I'd
Yeah.
knock him out."
No.
So he went to the coffee shop, didn't he?
Work for him.
Yeah, he did, and he left.
It worked for him.
Yeah,
And
But
he
he was
did.
giving
Yeah.
him loads of abuse, saying, "Oh, he's a little dwarf. I'd knock him out if I saw him." So he went to the coffee shop and he put his hand behind his back and he went, "Go on then, I'm giving you a free shot." Stood right, and he called the police.
but I think
He was a nonce, basically.
He was an aunt, basically.
The guy, basically, what happened is he applied for a job with Aaron, did a couple of weeks for him or whatever, and as the thing started to come back, he fucked off. But then the CRB check or DBS check, whatever,
Yeah,
they
it
call
came
now,
back that
come
he was had a
that he'd
criminal
been,
record to do.
Yeah, that he'd done something with a
Touching
minor.
kids.
Not going to say exactly what it was because we
Oh,
don't know the ins
okay,
and outs.
that's okay.
But he'd basically been branded a sex offender.
shit.
And obviously that's when he threatened him online and give him shit, and Aaron Amber was like, oh, okay then.
So Aaron got rid of him.
Yeah.
And his response was to then, rather than just say, "Okay, it's this whole people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones." So instead of him saying, "Okay, I've been caught out here, I've done something wrong in my past, I better keep quiet. I'll just go quietly." He's gone, "Oh, he's a little dwarf, I'd knock him out if I saw him in the street." So he's gone and confronted him.
I think
But then straight away, now you know, I'm not going to name the coffee shop because, like you say, censorship and all that shit. But the certain coffee shop that he went into, that's a famous coffee shop in the UK, probably one of the top ones, has now employed this sex offender. And obviously, he's now working there in this shop, potentially be around kids. Who knows?
Well, I don't
And
think he
they've
declared his.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then the point is, where's the checks?
Yeah.
Do you need a DBS check to be in a
People,
coffee
I
shop?
don't think people do them anymore. But
I do think that the internet for some people is a way. Look at catfishing. Look at Catfish, the show Catfish.
yeah.
That should be against the law.
But I think that is just a prime example of what some people use internet for. Some people will just make a profile. They will take this weird dislike to a celebrity or to a person, and they will just hound them.
or a fascination sometimes.
But if you just
it is, isn't
ignore them, like,
it? But the,
I don't know. I just
I think what
sorry, Paul. I think I've pissed off.
No, it's not. It's what provokes me is that as we move on in time, social media becomes more part of real life.
Yeah.
So in real life, we have laws, we have criminal offences, we have procedures in place to protect people as much as possible. As social media is becoming integrated more into our real life, where are the protections? Where are the laws?
I think there's more coming in now. There is more. Like if someone is harassing you and bullying you online, cyberbullying, the police will take it seriously because like, kids have killed themselves, haven't they? Over it, like kids have, like young kids, which is horrible. So I think they are like when that's happening, they do sort of take it seriously. But again, it's reactive. It shouldn't be. It should be proactive. Do you know what I mean? But I think it's like obviously the police and the government, they're trying to sanction the media companies, but then the media companies are dealing with billions of people that are just like, obviously you can pay for Instagram verification now, which is kind of good, kind of bad in a way.
Yeah.
It's like $12.99 a month, but there's just always ways, isn't there? There's always ways of just being a bellend if you want to be a bellend.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more, the actual question itself is a lot more complex than it actually seems to begin with. Because, like I say, if you're going for more, more constricting rules, as it were, on these platforms, then potentially there's other things that come with that. I can't do this, but I can't do that either. You know what I mean, and it's just like before
I'm
you
not,
know it, you're
I'm
on
not
it.
talking about censorship because I don't believe in censorship.
No,
I
don't
but
mean
I'm talking
censorship
about.
either. I mean constricting.
Talking
what you
about
can and can't
rules
do.
and restrictions, guidelines, laws in place to protect minors, to protect people, to protect vulnerable people. From being abused. Like I always used to say, like my like favorite saying is like Facebook giving the village idiot a worldwide voice since 1989, which is basically what it is. Like growing up as a kid, every town had a village idiot who would spout rubbish, and the only people that ever had to listen to him was the people that were in the town or the people that were sat next to him in the pub. Whereas now that person has now got a worldwide
Some people
voice.
talk shit. Some people, Facebook. Sorry, I know we'll wrap up in a minute, but Facebook, like everyone's got the community group. Like whatever village you live in, everyone's got a community group, right? We can all agree. And somebody will put on, "I've got this available." Oh, I'd love that, but I can't afford it. Fucking don't comment then. Like, it's a nothing comment, but it's just
Everyone knows you're poor. Don't tell the world.
but it's just like, what are you doing? No, but that's what people do. Some people just feel
know what
like
I love
their
at the
voice
moment?
matters, and I'm sorry, but
I
it
love the
fucking
part
doesn't.
like a dick. I love them part like a dick pages.
Oh yeah.
I love them.
You've been on them all the time.
I do, because I will park over two spaces sometimes.
he's a dick.
But I park out of the way as well. Sometimes if I go out, I have a nice car. I'm very lucky that I've been able to afford a nice car, a dream car as a kid. And I will go out in it, and I do enjoy
Nissan
it.
Micra.
Yeah, exactly. 1.2 GLX. And sometimes I will go out, and unfortunately, some people don't appreciate and respect the hard work that's gone in to get something. And not just myself, it's happened to friends of mine and this, that, and the other. So if I'm going out and I'm in this particular vehicle, sometimes I will park it precariously, like a knobhead, as people would say. But I go right out of the way and do it because I don't want it to get damaged because I love it. It's as simple, and I want to enjoy it. But I do. But then these pages have popped up where people are they're going out of their way to create a page to take pictures of people parking like. And I know some people park like knobheads for no reason.
Yeah.
But it's another one of them things. It's a case of that page would never have existed 10 years ago. The behaviour did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's not in the public eye as much. You'd walk in a car park and you're going, fucking knobhead. Fucking BMW drivers.
Now it's like,
Now it's
Pollock
take it up, put it
knobhead.
on thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a case of it's giving the idiots a worldwide voice now.
I think it'd just be just to sort of wrap up whatever. I think it would be great if something could be done to protect, especially minors, to protect minors. But in reality, like it's a big thing to take on.
But it's only going to get worse because social media is not going away and it's not shrinking. But what is shrinking is the controls. Like I know we're going to wrap up this, obviously we're keeping them short, but like there's a documentary on Netflix and it's about Pornhub. And it was about the revenge porn that was being posted and also underage porn. And the processes that these people had to go through to try and get these videos taken down that have been posted without their consent is appalling. Like you had 13, 14-year-old girls on the verge of committing suicide because someone had shared videos of them on these platforms. And these platforms are supposed to have staff and made to check, and they go in and go on and watch it. It's really good. And they were saying they didn't have the staff to monitor the amount of, and this is the problem that we're in. So social media is only getting bigger, only getting more popular. So when are we going to catch up in terms of technology and staffing levels, regulatory
To be honest,
levels,
I just don't think you should have social media. Under 16, you shouldn't have social media. And I think you should have to use some sort. It's easy. It's been around for years. If you buy a brand new phone, okay, never happened to me. If you buy I bought a brand new phone. I'm saying, if you go out and buy, okay, you get a brand new contract.
Yep.
Okay, you whack in Pornhub. Sorry, mate, can't watch that. All right, you put your credit card details on, you ring up,
verify,
hi mate,
yeah.
I'm Paul Yao, blah blah blah. Here's my stuff. There you go. There you go though.
Again.
Whatever. Yeah. So fucking hell, you watch a lot, don't you? But yeah, do you know what I mean? So that's you accredited.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you do that with social media? Give us something to tell us that you're over 16.
Yeah.
I know national insurance number, something. It's going to be stored on a secure database anyway.
But then,
So why are these kids allowed to access these platforms? It writes it off straight away. There's got to be something somewhere. Okay, I don't know. You're allowed, I don't know, this phone or that phone or blah, 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 you'll receive this number, such and such. That is telling me that you're over 18 or you're over 16. It's that simple. It's nice and easy. Get it out. Anyone under 16 shouldn't be on social media. Why do they need to be on social media? If your parents want to post you on social media, on theirs, that's fine. There's pictures of you everywhere, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, you go on Facebook, you go on Instagram, you're seeing these accounts of the fucking kids. Why are
Some
kids
of them are little
posting?
trolls as well.
Yeah, but why are they posting fucking shit? Or why are they on TikTok in schools and stuff like that? Do you know what I mean? It's just like even my own kids, like my son who's like 11 years old, I'm so harsh on him. Like literally, I'm going through all this shit because I'm like, I don't want anything
got to
bad
protect
to
him,
happen.
though. Yeah.
To him. He's got all his parental control. Oh, why am I allowed to do this? Why am I allowed to do that? You do as I say, boy. Do you know what I mean? But that's
Until you're 18, you abide by my rules.
Exactly. You live in my house, you abide by my rules. But yeah. But I think the takeaways is basically, guys, if Sanjid has sent you a dick pic and you need anyone to talk to, message the page. Jim Bros is here for you.
Message the Gym Bros.
We will
We'll
get
send
you
him
through
one
the
back.
process.
You can have one of mine.
We'll get you through the process.
Okay. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Cheers, guys.
See you next time.